Yo, 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 what's going on, y'all out there? This is Yusuf 2 times. Welcome back to the channel. I appreciate y'all coming to check me out. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff to let everybody know we out here chatting, kicking it with each other. On this video, I'm going to talk to you quickly about P. Diddy. Diddy, Puff Daddy, everything, you know who he is, what he got going on, and I'm going to talk to you all about it. And hopefully by the end of this video, you will have learned a little bit about what's going on in his case, and you will learn a little bit about what I think about it. And at the end of this video, I want you guys to tell me what you think about him in the actual comment section. So real quickly, this case been going on for a few years now, a few months now, at least 5 weeks. Actually, it says like 13 weeks, so that's about maybe 2 months, 2 or 3 months it's been going on. And so it's been like kind of rough for the boy, because every day, you got new people coming out that's used to work with him, but that's trying to get him convicted for his scenario he's in with them. And a lot of people would look at that as being foul. Like, you used to work for the guy, he took care of you, he paid for stuff in your life, you was around him, you get to smoke, drink, hang out, do all this fun shit. But now all of a sudden when he's getting, down, or he's got a bad situation, you one of the people stand up against him. So it's kind of crazy. And I'm not saying that P. Diddy is like this perfect person or he did the right thing by people, because obviously he didn't. Because like any juror would say, watching his case come down the pipeline, they'd say, well, all these people don't hate you for nothing. All these people wouldn't go through all this for nothing. And then do they have a point? It's possible. But, you're a mogul. You made millions of dollars. You're so rich. You're so famous. You've built a name and a brand for yourself that's like never going to go away. And now the people who don't like you get to all take one last punch at you. So I don't know, should Diddy have left the industry by now? Should he have stopped trying to be an artist and moved on and did other stuff? Or is it just these hating people that you can't get around, you can't get rid of them? They're part of the world too. And if you do something that's famous or that's interactive or something like that's gonna make people like you, then these people could turn against you and hate you like they doing Diddy right now. So it's just crazy to me. But he got somebody, Mia, this girl who was trying to be his assistant at one point, was working for him for years. Then she left and started working for Suge Knight. But she said he R-ed her, and then he said after he R-ed her, he took her out of town to another place and R-ed her a few years later. I'm like, what? It just don't make sense, because if a person was getting R-ed, they would not stick around. They definitely wouldn't try to go to another country with the person that R-ed them. And then they say in a text message she would send Diddy, it would be talking all about how I love you, how are you my mentor, and all this stuff. And it's like, who would talk to that person that M'd them, that R-ed them like that? Nobody would. So there's a lot of stuff that it's inconsistency. The guy Kid Cudi was saying that he blew his house up or blew his car up, but when they look deeper into it, it's no reference to Diddy. You don't see no fingerprints, and the fingerprints that was found on the Molotov was that of a female handprint, and it was also a scarf. It's like a Fendi scarf. Most of those are like female scarves. So it's like, what Diddy got to do with this? And then Cassie messing around talking about how she's so mad at Diddy, but you stuck around for 10 years. You traveled out of town. He paid your rent. He did all this stuff that a person would want to stick around somebody and benefit from them, instead of them just leaving you or breaking up with you and then you got nothing. So in a lot of ways, it just seems disingenuous from a lot of stuff that they're saying. And, I know it's easy to take somebody down like Diddy, because, a lot of people, it's not going to like you when you raise to that height, especially white folks. They ain't going to like your ass either. So it's kind of easy to take somebody down like him. Well, it seems easy. But I don't think he's going to be able to lose the case, other than the side of the fact that maybe he was doing some freak-offs with some people that was probably out of town and flying a girl out of town. They could connect him probably a little bit easier to that, because from her admission and some of the people admission, which makes them witnesses, they can all claim that they all had this experience with him. And he could say to the layers long, no, I didn't, no, I didn't. But if all these people claiming you did it, that's witnesses. And those witnesses can basically be used against you. So it's just really one of those things that you got to think about. Me, as an artist, I started doing music when I got a little older, so I really enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? It's fun. I don't know if I'll ever make it to the level of Diddy, where you got airplanes, where you got fucking boats where you could travel every single day of the year. You got mansions in every city that you choose to. You can go to parties all night long. You got parties. People would expect you to throw another party. The police don't lock you up. You get caught with guns, you get caught with violent situations, and you don't go to jail. So, excuse me, he's a lucky person in a lot of ways. But if I ever got to that point, what would I do with that kind of money? Would I be one of those people like him that kind of flip it off and almost use it against people? Because those people trusted him and trusted his richness and his money level and all that. And they'll never see that money ever in their life, you know. So being around him will make them think I'd do anything to keep this going. I don't care what it is. Some people can take a negative advantage of that, especially if they know that you're just doing this because you're trying to succeed and make it. It's like, I get it. Come your ass on over here. I got something for you. And then you looking back like, whoa, and you talking about baby oil bottles to that extent. You can never know what the background or what is in a private person's life. You could really never know. But just seeing how Diddy rocked out with these people is crazy. You know what I'm saying? He really showcases that. He probably had a mental case the whole time. But money allows you to insulate yourself away from folks. So you can be in your mansion, you can be in your private area. But at one point I saw Diddy had like this big gigantic bed in the back of his backyard or one of his mansions. I mean, it's big. It's like as big as this backyard. I'm sitting in just the bed though. So it's like it could even be bigger. Probably the biggest bed ever built. And it was like in his backyard. So the man been chilling, having a good life. But at the end of the day, if you make the meek who inherit the earth mad at you, they gonna come after you with all fires burning. And that's exactly what he went through with this. And it's just crazy. But you know, I don't know if these people really mean him well the whole time they're around you. And how do you find people around you that you could trust when you make it to that level? That's gonna be hard to do. You know, you start a business, you hire folks, you get deals, you get business opportunities, and people want to do contracts with you, and then you hire folks to help you bring those things together. Some people get close to you, some just be workers. But all these people got one thing about you, they basically watching you, sitting back, taking notes like, yo, I saw him do this, I saw him do that. They absolving themselves from any crime, anything that they did. They would not talk about it, they would not look at themselves as criminals. And a lot of those people is saying that it's his fault that they was even involved with that shit. Not even looking at themselves as anything that they did was something that they did. So it's like, that's crazy that somebody gonna be responsible for you as an adult person making your own damn decisions. So it's like he had a control of my mind. Like, Diddy is not no fucking scientist and no magician. You had control over your mind. It's just that what he had going, you didn't want to lose it. And then after he fired them or they left on their own or whatever, then it turned into them having to be like, you know what? I got to come back and get some more of this shit. So I'm going to sue. I'll stand tall. I'll come in here. I'll fight this. I'll go in there and say whatever I got to say because I don't want him to keep having shit. I mean, come on, man. The boy already done been through enough, living with caviar and mansions, and you could buy your mother houses, and you got money stacked in the crib since you was in your 20s. Now you're in your 50s, and all you ever had is the same kind of money coming in consistently, just like somebody who worked a job for 25 years. You was a fireman or a police officer. All you know is being a fireman or a police officer 25 years. So Diddy been a baller, shot caller for 25, 30 years. It's like, that's all you know. So putting a person in prison and locking them up like that, no food, no normal life, no warm shit, no clothes you used to. You can't just go home. There's nobody you could talk to. $50 million won't bond you out. That shit crazy. But it also shows you the power of what music can do. Because he made a lot of music, but he also made a lot of enemies making music. Some people say he put his name on the music when he didn't actually make the beats. Some people say he dissed them on the contracts. Some people say he held the contracts till all of the money was out of the particular songs, and then he gave them the money back, or he signed it back over to them. So a lot of people look at what he's going through as like a vendetta or a karma. But I kind of am a little shaky on thinking like that, because when you talk about all these other white executives who've done the same shit to white black people for centuries, well, why haven't they had all of these bad luck or omens happening to them? So I don't believe all that. I just believe that it's just circumstances. It's crazy. But he was with the young lady, showing her love and being with her, and then he got a little wild. I guess they came out today saying that the guy at the hotel who found the tape called Diddy and told him that he had it. And he said Diddy got to sounding kind of crazy and scary on the phone. And then he was like, oh shit, I got something good for you if you get a tape up. So the dude said, but what? Say Diddy slid over there to him with a money counter and $100,000. Dude said he told his supervisor about it. He said his supervisor fucked around and went to the meeting. And when he got the $100,000, he said he gave his supervisor $50,000, which is crazy. And then he gave one of his coworkers $20,000, and he kept $30,000. They said he bought a car with the money, rather. So I'm like, damn, Diddy throwing around 100Ks like that? You catch him in a nefarious situation. But anybody would have paid for that video if you had the money. But the person kept a copy of the tape, and that's what make it even more bogus. Just like he kept a copy of the tape. So now, when all this come down the pipeline, it's easy for him just to release the tape and say, yeah, so what, Diddy? Big deal, you gave me that $100,000. It's like, whoa. So it just show you the connivingness in people. They don't give a fuck. If they can get you, if they got you, they gonna get you. And especially if they look at you as above them, or your life is better than them, or you getting money, they not. As soon as they get a chance to vibe on you, they will. And most people got that viper mentality. It don't even really have to do nothing with being rich. People just be vipers. And Diddy trusted these folks, had them around him, gave him money, fed him, traveled with him. But like I said, they was over there taking notes. Finding ways to hate, finding ways to be mad, finding ways to find fault. And so now when the government come at Diddy, these people just walk in, line up, nothing but his demises in their brains. So it's just crazy how it play out, man. So this sun beaming down on my ass kind of heavy right now, I ain't gonna lie. So I gotta move my chair and everything. So I'm gonna let this video go. And I appreciate y'all watching, like, and subscribe. I'm gonna hit y'all up in a minute. And check out my other videos because they fly. You might be seeing one pop up right now.